Alright, tubers, we're back for some more drafting. We're going to do a little Theros Beyond Death draft here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Yeah, so they have these Flashback Theros Beyond Death drafts on Arena until probably another week. We have the Chromatic Cube coming up in about 5 or 6 days, so I don't think I'm going to be doing too many of this draft, but I figured I'd throw one up while it is active. Anyways, we'll jump right in. Open to Terranika, a Crowan veteran. This one's solid. It's a good attacker. I do like a good staggering insight. Trying to remember everything in this format. I think we're just going to be taking the rare here, though. So this format had a bunch of the enchantment creatures. Yeah. I'm going to have to try to remember everything about it, but we'll take the rare for now. As we get an Underworld Breach. Nice constructed card. Don't think that has much utility as a limited card, though. Daybreak Chimera was very good, I remember. What's this one again? 4 mana, first strike, trample, haste, crew. I don't recall this actually being any good. It looks okay, but I don't recall it being good. 6 mana, 5/4 that you can kind of Chaos Warp. Yeah, Chaos Warp. There's a Thirst for Meaning card draw here. Oh, you know what I do remember? Like Mono White actually being super freaking good. And I think Daybreak Chimera is one of the better cards in this pack anyways. Maybe top like 3. Actually, maybe top 1. I don't even know what else is better in this. Maybe Thirst for Meaning. But let's take the Chimera and just continue taking the white cards for now. I don't remember when did this set release? Let me Google this. Banishing Light, 3rd pick. That's a good sign. Theros Beyond Death. Released in January 20... It's only been 2 years? Damn, it feels like ages. I mean, I guess they come out with so many freaking sets these days that it's hard to remember, but I can't believe this has only been 2 years since this set came out. Let's see here. We have a Omen of the Forge. There's an Omen of each color. This one's quite good. Just initial value when it enters, and then of course all of them have that scry ability. Aspirant was okay. I don't recall Triumphant Surge being great, but it's probably fine. I'm just going to take the Banishing Light here. Continue with the white, and this was probably the best card in the pack anyways, right? Although, that being said, I think there are... Actually, how many good enchantment removal spells are there in this format? Maybe it wasn't that there were a bunch of good enchantment spells, but the ones that were in the format were good because there were so many enchantment creatures. Dawn Evangel. I don't think this was that great. Whenever a creature dies, if an RO you control is attached to it, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard. It was fine. Shona, Captain of the Pyleus. Very good, I believe. Lots of good green-white Aura-themed deck. You may reveal an Aura card from among them, put it in your hand for the rest of the month. Whenever an Aura you control is attached to it. Yep, that was very good. Hero of the Pride was another fantastic 2-drop in this format, too. Surprisingly. Just a 2/2 for 2, but pumps up your team whenever it becomes targeted. Witness of Tomorrow's, also a fine flyer. I think I'm going to take the 2-drop over the Shona. I think I'm going to stick with white. I think I'm going to go for the curve purposes. See if we can do this. And it looks like it's working out as I get a second Hero of the Pride here. Red might be a little bit open as we see another Omen of the Forge going around, but I think we just stick with what we have for now. So I remember all of the color combinations being super nice with white. Especially, I think, blue and red. The red-white one was super aggro. The blue-white one was more enchantment-themey. Black-white was like graveyard, recursion, or some like value like that. And white-green was another, similar to white-blue, I think, like combat tricky one. Temple of Plenty here, Hero of the Games. This one's okay. Surprisingly, or maybe unsurprisingly, 1 extra mana for 1 extra power, not really all that great. Hero of the Pride is usually what you want here. Karametra's Blessing's okay. Transcendent Envoy's okay. I honestly might just take the Temple. I mean, I think we'd probably end up wanting Blessing, but this has a lot of high upside, and even if I don't end up running green, it's still a tap scry land, so let's take that. What was this else in this form? A Daxos. It's that white 2x creature. That could just be super big. Okay, no white cards here, so we're gonna have to take something of a different color. What is this one again? When it dies, return that card to the battlefield under control. You could do this on your opponent's creature. I don't remember being it that good, though. Or it being that good. Aspect of the Manticore was okay for the red-white aggro decks. Ichthyomorphosis, I don't recall that being great. It was fine. Flummox Cyclops is fine. Harpy is fine. I think just because we've seen so many red cards going around, I'll take the Aspect of the Manticore. But, not a high priority pickup or play. Deals 1 damage to each creature and each planeswalker permanent. Okay, I do not remember that being any good. Whenever enchantment enters the battlefield under control, it gains flying. That was okay. Alright, we'll just take the blue creature that can gain flying, assuming we could potentially go down the blue-white enchantment deck. What were the ones that you wanted to pick up? Sentinel's Eyes, I guess, were really good. Oh, actually, this is kind of nice. The Warbriar Blessing. Enters the battlefield, enchanted creature fights up to one target creature you don't control, and yeah, it pops up its toughness. Oh, I remember there being a lot of good combos with Flicker of Fate, too, weren't there? Or no, maybe that's... No, there was. Yeah, there's some enchantment that you combo with Flicker of Fate. But we'll just take the Blessing. A little bit of removal, works really well with the heroes. That's... interesting. Kind of want to take the Thirst for Meaning, but I guess we'll just take the Blessing. Yeah, that's fine. I don't recall this format being, like, super spectacular. Man, if they brought back, like, Strixhaven, I would be loving it. Are any of these playable? I don't recall these being playable at all. This was also the format of the, what's it called? The blue-white flyer, the Dream Trawler. That's the one. Wow, we wheeled the Shona too. Okay, yeah, we're gonna be green-white for sure. That's excellent. So right now we only have, what, one aura right now? Yeah, because this Banishing Light doesn't count, but shouldn't be... Jeez. 13th pick, Omen of the Forge. Okay, Well, I mean, we knew red was open, but... It's kind of crazy. But yeah, anyways, this is the format of the Dream Trawler. Pretty stupid one. You could beat it. It wasn't easy, though. Wave Break, Hippocamp are open. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, draw a card. Not the super easiest card to build around in this format. I think we're probably going to end up taking the Nyx Herald. This card was another impressive one. Target enchanted creature or enchantment creature gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. So it could pump up itself, attacks as a 3/4 on turn 4 or whatever. And given that we're going to want to be taking some number of enchantments anyways, it makes sense. We're passing a blessing here. 2 blessings, actually. But it's a good 3-drop. We'll take it. Oh man, Storm's Wrath. It's a nice one. Fateful End, also very good. Deals 3 damage to any target. There's an Omen of the Forge here. Lots of red cards in this pack. Not that we mind passing them. What do we have here for us? We have a Sentinel's Eyes and a Sunmane Pegasus. I think we want to take the Sentinel's Eyes over the Pegasus, but both would be pretty good here, I think. Creature counts right now 6. Yeah, it's fine. Let's make sure we get the enchantment. Too much synergy. Yikes, another really weak pack overall for us. What does this one do? Labyrinth of Scophos. Remove target attacking or blocking creature from combat. That card's okay. Best card here is what? Final Death? Just 5 mana straight up exile something. Can't recall this being any good. Wings of Hubris. Probably should just take this Labyrinth of Scophos. I don't think a 3/3 for 3 is what we want either. I'll take Labyrinth. I don't know if we're going to run this. This is just okay. It's a little bit expensive too, but we'll see. Revenant Hoplite was very good, I do recall, though. Poops out a lot of tokens. And this card could go off as well. I never liked it that much because it was all in. But if left unchecked, that creature just got way too big. What does this one do again? Attaches crap. Yeah, it wasn't that good. I think we'd rather have the Revenant Hoplite here over the Hydra's Growth. Stick on the white devotion theme. You can just go super wide with that card, especially if you get any ways to flicker it. Couple nice omens here. We'll take our white omen over the blue omen. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, the Revenant Hoplite is especially good with double Hero of the Pride. Because you can make a bunch of tokens and then just have a couple of ways to target the Hero of the Pride, and you have a huge swarm. Wow, this is a really nice pack. We got past a 6th pick Mystic Repeal. This is one of the cards I'm talking about. In an enchantment heavy format, this is often just a 1-man. It's like a Swords to Plowshares. Passing a Caryatid, that's fine. Oh, Entrancing Lyre. So this is another super, super good card that I guess people are sleeping on. Just because maybe it's a flashback format, people don't remember. But 3 mana, you can choose not to untap it during your untap step. And then you pay X and tap to tap a creature with power X or less, and it doesn't untap. So this is one of the few ways to effectively kill a Dream Trawler in this format. Good card for sure. Ooh, I do like Commanding Presence. Okay. Especially good with flyers, but gives you some immediate value if you can connect in. There's a Tribular's Amulet, that's fine. Might not play that, but if we do it, whatever. Okay, this is coming together. I need some more low drops. I don't recall there being a bunch of good 1-drops, but we want some more 2s for sure. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 3-drops. There's another Omen of the Forge on the wheel. I guess if I open some red bomb, I could still be playing red. I don't remember that being all that good. It was like fine. Brine Giant was also pretty solid. Surprised we haven't seen more Daybreak Chimeras, though. It was always pretty fun when you had like that super high or super heavy white deck, or maybe even mono white, and you were just able to play like a bunch of 3/3 flyers starting on like turn 3 even. Bunch of rando blue cards. Yeah, we need 2-drops. Another Amulet. I mean, hell, we could even splash Omen of the Forges if we really wanted to. I don't think there's a need to, though. Another Underworld Breach! What the heck? How many was that? Okay, what's in this pack? Another Banishing Light, another Mystic Repeal. Freeka's Spawn was amazing, just notably. If you're going to draft this format, check this card out. Iros' Blessing was very good. Yeah, my red is actually pretty comparable to my green. Especially if we take the Blessing. But I guess I could just take the safe play of Banishing Light and see what comes back. And besides not having enough creatures, this deck's looking okay. I still only have 2 auras, 3 no. I have 3 auras now. We have Commanding Presence, Warbriar Blessing, and Sentinel's Eyes for Shona. And this looks at the top 7 cards of your library, so even though, yeah, you can obviously whiff. 7 is a lot. Heroes of the Revel here. Versus what Elysian Caryatid. Could take Return to Nature. I guess. It's another kill an enchantment card that's reasonable enough to main deck. But these all wheel anyways. I'm just going to take the Heroes of the Road. There's an Illyrios here as well. Nah. Wish I'd hopped into red earlier. And again, we still could be playing red, as crazy as that is. What do we have here now? Triumph of Anax. Don't recall that being that good. It was like okay. 3 mana 2/4 enchantment creature is okay. Phalanx Tactics is okay. I need creatures more than I need tricks, but Phalanx Tactics is a good trick. I guess I'll take it because it's uncommon. I really want to just pick up like 4 more Hero of the Pride. If we could just get Hero of the Pride into Hero of the Pride into Hero of Pride, we'd be okay with that. Oh, another Reverent Hop. Oh, come on. They put all 3 cards in one pack. That sucks. Hero, Chimera, and Hoplite here. Come on. I think I need the cheap drop. I think I need the 2 drop more than I need anything else, as bad as that sucks. Damn. That's unfortunate. Creature counts, yeah, only 8. 9 if you count the Omen of the Sun. Okay, Pegasus here is good. Oh, the Ferris Band Brawler is also good. 4/4 for 6 that fights something when it ETBs. Is that better than the flyer here, though? Yeah, I guess that is. Flyer's great, but 4/4 body with a removal spell attached to it's pretty nice. Any more creatures? Nexus Wardens, we don't want to be playing that. Indomitable Will, Revoke Existence, Triumphant Surge. Revoke is completely main deckable as well, same reason of the... Actually, no, I guess we're planning on wheeling the Return to Nature, so I'll take the Triumphant Surge here to deal with larger creatures that maybe aren't enchantments. Another Warbriar's Blessing, yeah, we'll take that over just a random 2/2 for 2. Caliph, this was a good one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was decent. Oh man, Nexus Wardens just doesn't really fit this deck at all. Sucks. Okay, we did get Loathsome Chimera back, which is good enough. Over Mystic Repeal number 2, I think. Yeah, we just want some more creatures. Chimera's fine. Second Blessing, I don't think makes sense. Familiar is okay when you have a lot of pump effects, but not thrilled with the end result of this deck. Okay, wield the Hoplite, that does help. Yes, blue just completely open in this pack. We'll cut the Amulet, I suppose. Probably free roll enough to run the Labyrinth as well, since it still adds mana, unlike like Maze of Ith. Something like this. Deck's okay. Creature count's a little bit low, but got some pretty good removal overall, right? We have Triumphant Surge, 2 Banishing Lights, Liar, 2 Blessings, Mystic Repeal. It's good enough. Okay. Let's add our lands and play some Magic. Maybe 9... 6 is okay. I mean, it's probably safer to go 8/7. Well, I don't really need double green until late. No, I'm okay running 9/7 or 9/6/1. Yeah, it seems right. Alright, submit this and go to round 1 here of this Theros Beyond Death draft. Go, go. Round 1 fight. We are on the play, and looks fine. We only have, what, 3/2 drops, so... Can't get super greedy and always hope that we're going to have one of our Hero of the Prides in our opening hand. Blue-white. Birth of Meletus. Turn 3 Nyx Herald. Naiad of Hidden Coves. As long as it's not your turn, spells you cast cost 1 more. Okay. Oh, well, we drew a Terranika, so... that seems pretty good to play out here. I was going to play out the Liar and tap down the 0/4, but... Revoke Existence. Let's go ahead and protect that. We could have also saved the Blessing for Terranika after putting the... Sure, that's fine. After putting the Sentinel's Eyes on it, but I think this is fine still. Another... untap another target creature you control. Alright, so let's just... put the eyes here. Smacking for 4. And then let's play out our Daybreak Chimera here instead. Dolan of Philosophy. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to tap anything down yet, so we'll just play out the Nyx Herald to go to combat. Attack for 9. Okay. Fine by me. This is like 8 to pop or something, so yeah, 7 mana to pop. So even if they have like one of those Brine Giants, we have the Surge for it. Anything small, can Liar. Only really have to be concerned about just them having multiple removal spells in a row. Ooh, that is kind of spicy. Let's go to combat. Let's pump up the big creature with Trample. And then when we go to combat, we can give the Nyx Herald baseline 4/4. Does it give it flying? No, it doesn't turn into a flyer. Ooh, double top. Okay. Alright, they're over it. Maybe they just double topped because they were dead anyways. Good start. We shall take it. Go to the next. Okay, on to game number 2. On the play with, yeah, another fine looking hand. Get a little scry action on turn 1. Hopefully we can find one of our heroes. If we can go hero into Terranika, it's going to be kind of hard to lose, I feel like. Other planes. I think we will bottom that. If we didn't have 3 lands already, we would top it, but... Another Banishing Light too, huh? Oh, the Horn Beetle, that's a good one. That card can get really fat really quickly. Beginning of combat on your turn. You control another creature with power 4 or greater. It puts a 1/1 counter on it. That thing can get very swole very quickly. Because there are 4 power creatures for 3 mana in green. But not that one. Milled a Thassa and a Pharika spawn. Holy smokes. I think I'm just gonna Banishing Light the Horn Beetle here. And save the Warbriar's Blessing for a hero of the Pride, and by running out the Banishing Light, we actually get ourselves an extra 1/1 with the Hoplite, so I think this is good. There's their island. Wow, they are heavy mill here. Reveal the top 4 cards, put a creature and or land from among them. Very good self-mill deck. Okay. But we're about to make 1, 2, 3, 4 1/1s and a 1/2 next turn, so... They're spinning a lot of wheels, but... They're gonna need something impressive here, and we have 2 removal spells in our hand. Yeah, that ain't gonna cut it. Yep, not good enough. GG's. You spun your wheels a little bit too long, my friend. Turns out curving out with removal is good. Who knew? Oh, what is weird. Bugged out rank. Alright, 2-0. Feeling good? Going into round number 3, game number 3. This hand is pretty bad. Yeah, I got a mulligan this one. Doesn't do anything until turn 5. Yikes. This hand's better, but not great. Nyx Herald into Commanding Presence could be really good. We still haven't seen any of our 2-drops on turn 2. Probably don't need that. So they're on red-white, which means they're probably on the super aggro deck. They don't have Blessing here. Or removal. Impending Doom. Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna Banishing Light that because... Ow, they're all in. Go ahead and suit up, attack for 4. Both players all in on enchantments this game, feels like. 3-1 that exiles a card when it dies. 1-3. There's Terranica again. Now is not a bad turn to slam the presence, though, but let's get the Terranica online. Giving Terranica the toughness boost. 3-5 is a lot harder to kill. By doing that, we also we can pump up Terranica with the Nyx Herald next turn, if we want to. Ooh, just activate the Oread? That would be amazing for us. It's fine. Sure. So now they have a 3-5. Oh, well, that's a very good draw too, but we can go like this. Put the commanding presence here. Pump this up. Attack with both. Turn the Herald into a 5-5. This is a 6-8 trampling, make a 1-1 whenever it connects. Oh, with first strike. Alright, well, we're looking pretty good again. I guess if I just draw Terranica every game and a couple of removal spells, and the opponent doesn't have removal for Terranica. Can't go wrong. Hey, let's go. I don't know, did we get a pip last time? It bugged out. You can tell I haven't been playing much Limited lately because of Streets of New Capenna. Still in Diamond. I don't think when the cube comes out, it's ranked, so might need to grind a couple of different formats to get Mythic really quickly. Hey! Alright, we're on the play this time. We have a Hero of the Pride. A little bit land heavy, but given our draws so far, obviously that just means we're going to draw Terranica on turn 3. Okay, no more land for the rest of the game would be fantastic. It's not bad. We don't have as many pips with that as we want, but we do have Blessing to trigger it. Ooh, Furious Rise. Shona's pretty nice too. So, this gives them an extra card at the end of the turn. Hey, we hit. Very nice. The Grove Dancer. Do they have their own blessing, maybe? They do. Darn it. Alright, Shona down. Don't even think that's worth killing. Just debating if I want to Banishing Light that so I can get an extra token off Hoplite the following turn, but I guess this is still fine. Need to save the Banishing Light for something fat, yeah. So it's going to trigger their Furious Rise, so they can cast that next turn, but that's a good draw here. Let's see. Oh, you know what we can do? We have a really good play here. We can go Banishing Light their Skola Grove Dancer. into the blessing on the Hero's Pride now. And now that the Renata's smaller, we can do the pump. Beautiful. Alright, and that should be GG. Oh, I guess they don't know I have another blessing, but there's not much they can do here. I lied. They can do something. Boo! Well, we can surge that. Surge that. Smack in for 3. Then I guess we just go super wide on them. Oh, they not even have another creature? Like they just have a 1/1? Okay, GG's. Not gonna waste blessing on that. There we go, baby. Alright, into D1. And we continue our streak. Good enough for me. 4-0. Ooh, insta-fire. Nice looking hand. Very nice looking hand, my god. Have we drawn Temple of Plenty every single game? And I don't think we've seen our, what's it called, Labyrinth once. Not that we've wanted Labyrinth in any of these games, just would be too slow. Yeah, this hand's real good. Omen of the Sun. That's good with Hero of the Pride, but I think here we'd rather try to find a 4th land sooner, and we already have something good to do on turn 3. Oh, that card is super freaking annoying. 3/3 for 3, can gain indestructible, and then when it dies, they can enchant a creature with that indestructible ability. It's gross. Okay, well that was a good draw for that. Let's go ahead and just Banishing Light that thing straight up. Get it out of here. Also gives us a white pip. If we draw another land next turn, I can play Hero into Chimera. Sure. I don't know why they're doing this. Oh, I guess that stops me from playing the Chimera. Maybe they're thinking about that. I don't really care if they use a trick to kill my Hero of the Pride. Hey, they have a Labyrinth. Mirror match. Yeah, not blocking. Labyrinth gamers. Alright, I'm gonna attack for 3 and see if they use their Labyrinth on my Chimera, because that'll tap them out, and then I can punch their Lion with my Warbriar Blessing. Yep. Could have done it on the Hero of the Pride as well. Oh, you know what I just noticed? They could have blocked with Nexus Wardens there. That's funny. Oh, there's Terranica again. Yeah, let's just develop out the board big then. There's not a point in me attacking because they have the Warden and they can give indestructible, so we just sit back and pass for now. Looks like they may be flooding out a bit too. Yeah, so next turn I was going to go Presence on Hero, and that was going to attack for how much damage? Because then we get the Terranika pump, and we get the Nyx Warden pump, or whatever Nyx is. The 2-3 pump. It was probably close to 20 damage, no joke. But they'd be able to Labyrinth one, and then block with their Wardens on another, so maybe they only take like 10, but it's still way too much pressure, and they were flooding. Okay, 5-0, I mean... Thought my creature density was a little bit light, but this is what I was talking about with those white aggro decks in this format. So, we've drawn very well, don't get us wrong. Don't get me wrong. This is a pretty weak hand. I'm on the play, which is why I'm going to keep this. Chimera plus these two is like okay. Not the best hand. Slaughter Priest of Mogus. That card's nice. 2-2, that whenever they sack a permanent, doesn't have to be from its ability. It gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And then they can use a sack ability to give it first strike, so. Can be a very, very hard card to block. We're hoping to go for Blessing next turn. One that when it dies makes a goat. Oh, Hero of the Pride was a fantastic draw too. Actually, no. No, I guess we do want to put this here. So 4-1 just trades with, or a 4-1 trades with anything anyways, but now has a 4-3 and a potentially 5-4. It can attack in pretty well. So this is a fight ability, which is why I couldn't attack in after killing off the Slaughter. Otherwise they could still just trade it with the Piper. What you got, friend? Venomous Hierophant. Yes, it's a good card. Man, and they milled a Freaka's Spawn. Okay. Well, let's just play the flyer out this turn and set up for Hoplite next turn, because they can't Freaka's Spawn yet. They have an Erebos! Oh, mama. It's terrifying. Oh. We can Mystic Repeal it. What does this one do again? Sack another creature, target creature gets -2/-0. Okay, so I do want to just do this now. LOL. So I'm gonna have to sack my, what, Chimera if they... I'm not blocking here. Oh, they're just gonna kill off my flyer. That's actually super annoying too, because now I get 2 fewer. Okay, this is worth it. I don't mind sacking Chimera to the Freaka's Spawn, if that's what they're gonna do this turn. Okay, well, they're just gonna keep killing my stuff. 2 cards in my graveyard. Alright, I'll offer the trade now. This doesn't add to our hoplite count, so it doesn't matter if it goes away. Make a couple of dorks. This is what, 3 cards to escape, so we can do that perfectly now. Yep. Need to draw Banishing Light for that thing. Oh, that works too, eh? How many cards in their graveyard? They have 4 of their cards in their graveyard, though, so... Okay, sack the goat, draw a card. Lampad's good too. This is the turn we need to push, though. We go... Surge here, they sack it to Soul Reaper in response. Then we go Sentinel's Eyes on the hero. And smack. Oh, deal. Yeah, I mean, that Freaka Spawn's gonna kill us for sure. Just the overall value it gains, it's too good. Thankfully we've had these tokens to throw away, but... that's fine. I mean, we can Sentinel's Eyes on our Chimera next turn. It's not even that good, though. Because they would just trade and then Freaka spawn again. Okay. Sack a creature enchantment deals 1 damage. Okay. Alright, play the draw go game for a little while. We need to find like our Entrancing Lyre or our Labyrinth or the Reverent Hoplite for 4 into a effect. I don't think I'm supposed to be attacking with the Chimera. What does this do? When it dies, target creature and opponent control. Oh, okay, so they can kill my Hero of the Pride here. Not bad, but it's not good. So they're going to sack their Aspirant to the Lampad when I do this. That's fine, that gets it off the battlefield. If they want to sack the Charger and the Lampad itself, I'm okay with that. Because they could have turned it into a 5/5 to trade. And we still don't want to attack here. They just get way too much value if the spawn goes to the graveyard again, and the 6/5 holds back the 3/3 anyways. Yep, they're just making a free roll attack. They sack it to Lampad, and then they can bring the Charger back as a 5/5. It's a good play. That does eat up 3 of their exile cards, though, so that makes it a little bit harder for them to bring back this spawn. That's a good draw. Yeah, I think we just finally punched the land pad. Okay, more chumpers is always good. Actually, now I could attack with the Chimera. Oh wait, no. I should have played this first. I have the Sentinel's Eyes underneath it. Forgot. I guess a 1-2 is the same as a 5-5 here. Actually, no. We'll finally trade. Because if they bring it back from the graveyard, then they don't have enough cards for their spawns. That's fine. I have to eat my Sentinel's Eyes to do this. But it comes back as a 5-2. Seems alright. Okay. Commanding Presence. That lets me start attacking. And they don't have any cards in their graveyard, so... It's a little bit awkward because now they can attack with their spawn, but... I have a lot of chumpers, so I think I'm okay with this. Crazy grindy game. They didn't attack. I guess I should hold 2 lands in my hand in case they have like a discard effect. Ah, wait. Now I can't attack anymore unless I draw one of my Banishing Lights. And we know their Erebos is on the bottom of their deck, right? I don't think they've shuffled since then. There we go. Okay, perfect. That swings the game again. Liar. So freaking good. Five cards left in their deck. Wow, they have a Gravebreaker Lamia too. Sheesh. Are they just dead though? No. But we're gonna need to tap down the Lamia now. Okay. Somebody does took creatures. Nyx Herald, that would make my dude a 7/7 trampling first striker. Don't think we want that. Tap down, attack, attack, attack. I guess we just go for the mill out at this point. No, there's the Erebos. Okay. They can start popping things off. They are drawing. What the heck? That makes another creature unable to block. Alright, I guess I just tapped down the biggest one. They're gonna tap their aspirant to make my... Oh, they didn't. Interesting. That's a very nice draw. I have 2 cards left. Probably just need to eat the Erebos. Their creatures are so much larger than mine are. Okay. It's fine. They are drawing again? You are a mad lad. That doesn't matter. Well, they would have to chump this, so it's the same as blocking with it, right? No. They just multi-block. Alright. Well, they might win this turn. We'll find out. Oh. That kills us. Last card Lampad. GG. Oh, man. Alright, good game. So close. They did go through the entirety of their deck, I guess, so not surprising that they found the juice. Alright, 5-1. Got our first loss. On to game number 7, and again we have another Terranika draw. Not a great Terranika hand, though, without finding some more creatures, but I'm not going to mulligan. More banishings. There is a 3-mana counter in the format. Like they don't have it there, though. Discarding a land and a Brine Giant. No enchantment that they want to discard in their hand. Ooh, that one's a good card. Love that one. Yeah, it's just banishing light it. The Shimmering Chimera is super good with all of the omens, because you can bounce them every turn. But it's not a must ability, so you don't have to bounce itself. Guess we're looking for Sentinel's Eyes here. Oh, just found another blessing. There's something with Flash that's gonna get me. I'm gonna pass and see what they do. Maybe that's all they had. Nyx Lotus. Interesting. Well, I guess I'm actually gonna use one of these blessings here. In fact, I think I'm gonna use both. Just to go wide, because we have 2 more removal spells in our hand. Get them now for 7. Yorubes the Sea God! Wow, wow, wow. Well, we can actually O-ring that. Or Banishing Light that, but... that card is so stupid. Yeah, read it. They get an 8/8 Kraken with Hexproof. Second story, tap all non-land permanents target opponent controls, they don't untap. And then they gain control of a permanent I control. And they're scrying double top. Okay, well, this ain't good for us. Good ol' 8/8 hexproof, huh? Okay. Sure. Chump the 8, take 5. I guess their plan is to probably sleep my Terranika now. It's fine. That is a fantastic draw step, my gosh. Ooh! Feels frickin' great. Okay. So I think I actually get to attack with everything here. Oh, well now I definitely do. Kill their Brine Giant, smack with everything, and that's GG. Nice. They had bombs, but we went wide. Beautiful. Okay, nice little 6-1 here. Let's go, baby. Let's get the trophy. See you for round or game 8. Okay, here we are for the next game. Hopefully we can just get the 7-1 here. On the play with an unkeepable hand into a better but still not very good hand. We have a bunch of token producers with Phalanx Tactics though, so this hand really wants to draw a Hero of the Pride on turn 2 and then draw 3 lands. That's what we're planning on doing here. Let's pitch the 6-drop. Hero of the Pride, and then 3 lands in a row. Transcendent Envoy. So that makes auras cost 1 less. I wonder if they have an Omen of the Sun in their hand as well. Oh man, we really just need lands. They do. Sadly, I probably have to sacrifice the Ohm. Ah, man, this is really bad, actually. We need better cards, but we also need land. Yikes. Alright. I don't want to sacrifice it, but we need to find land now. And we go Banishing Light on the Chimera. And just pass. Okay. This only makes 2 tokens, but to start. So they're missing lands, so they need to do the same thing. Just dig for lands here. There's the commanding presence, dang it. Okay. I mean, we have Labyrinth of Scophos for that, but... gross. Oh, well. So I have to go with the Warbrier's Blessing here. And I have to get rid of their Alseid before I can Banishing Light their, before I can Banishing Light their Transcendent Envoy here. That's funny. The reverse phalanx tactics. Well, at this point they're all going to trade anyway, so... might as well ship them in. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Holy crap. What does the mantle say? When mantle is put into a graveyard, they make a bunch of 1/1s. Okay. Let's attack. Oh, I guess I can't attack first. I'm pretty low on life. So we just gotta pass, and yeah. Doesn't look good for us, but... okay. Well, these are all fine. Actually, we're not doing that bad. Maybe we can find a flyer or something. And we have the Labyrinth now while we don't have any good plays. That's probably one we need to get rid of. Okay. Jeez Louise. Not looking good. I wonder if we had that Hero of the Pride instead of the Reverent Hoplite on that one turn, if we would have won from the Phalanx Tactics. Would have been a lot closer. The worst part about this is I have like 2 minutes before I have to go somewhere as well, and we're turning into a super grindy game. Though it looks here they are winning. They can start attacking with more creatures. They have 15 life. I don't actually have that many good blocks. Yeah. Yeah, this is the right play for them for sure. Okay, so... bounce here. Try to trade here. Trade here. Take 4. Turn off the flyer. We need to draw something sick, though, otherwise we are just gonna die anyways. Alright, good beats. Go ahead and scoop this one up. Alright, 5-2. 5-0 start. Lost the last 2. Hopefully we can still convert to a trophy, but for now, I'm gonna pause the video, and you might see me in a different... Oh, 6-2. 6-2, so we'll see. Through the power of technology, it is many hours after the fact for me, but for you, it will be one continuous stream. So this is apparently game number 9, our final round. We're on the play here with a pretty good hand, just needs to find one more land, ideally a plains, and there you have it. A beautiful little plains. Yeah, we'll lead with our 3/3 Vigilance. I might immediately cast Commanding Presence on it, depending on what the opponent does here. I lied. My creature is getting -3/-3, and therefore will not be doing anything. That's right. We're going to have a 6/3 First Striker. That thing's pretty chonky too, I would say. I remember Mire's Grasp being like one of the better removal spells in the format. 2-mana enchantment, -3/-3. Exile and a card from my library. Alright, well, we'll go for it since I have nothing else to do. Nice little chonk there, make an extra token. Pass. I'm gonna go ahead and use Banishing Light this turn. There are a bunch of combat tricks in the format, and we have another one in our hand anyways, plus this way we also get an extra pip. That's fine. We're still pushing tons of damage here. Mill 3, that's fine. Ooh, they did mill a little bit of value. Plains is perfect. So we can go Hero plus Banishing Light, hit them for 5 down to 4. So let's see, this Reverent Hoplite's gonna make 4 1/1 tokens. Alright, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We finished off with a nice little 7-2. Got scared there for a second. Had 2 losses, but yeah, clean. Take our 7 wins. We even opened a Mythic. So yeah, if you want to play one of these Theros Beyond Death flashback formats, it's not a bad format. There are some rares that are super bomby, most namely Dream Trawler. If you ever come across that, I'll show you what Dream Trawler is. Let's see. Dream Trawler. Standard? Dream. Wait, what? Historic? Dream Trawler, here it is. So this is in the format. 3/5 flying lifelink for 6. Whenever you draw a card, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and whenever it attacks, you draw a card, and you can discard a card to get hexproof. So this is probably the biggest bomb in the format, in addition to Kyora's Crashing Wave. Kyora Best the Sea God. We saw that one in one of our games, that 7-mana enchantment that makes it an 8/8 hexproof and whatnot. But it's a better format than Streets of New Capenna, at least in my opinion. But obviously there are some cards that do some business. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe. We're probably not going to do too many more of these Theros drafts. I'll probably do some more Vintage Cube leading up to the Chromatic Cube, which will be up on the 24th. So this is going to get uploaded on, what, June 20th? So not too far away from Chromatic Cube. But stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.